Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily Hanhan. I like colorful makeup and colorful language. I am back with the kind of second half of my makeup I've changed my mind about video. And today we're going from that negative perspective to positive perspective in makeup. As I said in the first video, this video was inspired by Julia Mazzucato, who did a video about this topic, except she was much more succinct than I and did it in just one video. But I decided to split it up because by the time I finished talking about the first kind of group of things, I had been talking for quite a while. So today we're talking about things that I went from not liking, even hating, to enjoying or loving. We're being a little bit more positive today, and my list happens to be a little shorter, so you know, I'm maybe a glass half empty kind of person, but today's all love. So the very first product up is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. I thought I hated you. I really thought I hated you. And then I came back like maybe 6 months later, maybe 4 months later, and realized that I was wrong. Things that could have happened. My skin could have changed. I could have been using way too much product. I could have been using too much powder. All of those things. The way I've been applying makeup, especially base, has definitely evolved recently. And I think that lighter hand has benefited this. Is this gonna be like tattoo coverage concealer? No. Does it feel like a nice texture that I can wear and actually not set with powder and give some pretty good coverage for my under eye area? Yeah, it's drugstore priced. I think they have a pretty good shade range. And I think this might be the fairest though. This is Pure Ivory. Thanks, Cara C, for showing me that I was wrong. So speaking of like changing how I put on my base, that has definitely evolved thanks to Robert Welsh. And this new love or return love is also thanks to Robert Welsh, and that is eye primer. Yeah. So I kind of just fell into using concealer as eye primer for a long time. I don't remember when the change was. I think I you know what? I remember why I was inspired to do that. And that's because I had some concealers that I did not like on my eyes or on my face. So I would just use them as an eye base instead. And then I was using the Conceal and Perfect from Revolution, which is okay, I think. I need to try this again. But after watching Robert Welsh and remembering that I had this in my collection, I pulled out my Smashbox 24-hour eye primer. That's one of those like silicone-y. I would probably compare it to Urban Decay or Milani, like the clear kinds of base. Yeah, I'm back on team eye primer. I just feel like even the shadows that I love, the formulas that I love, they just perform better on a true primer base over concealer. I think you could get away with drugstore eye primers. This one just happened to be in my collection, but I am back to being team eye primer. Let me tell you a story about how I used to hate flaky, glittery shadows or any kind of shimmer shadow that needed a glitter glue. So when ABH Soft Glam came out, I decided I wanted it, and I went out and I bought it. And my previous experience with ABH was the Modern Renaissance. And Modern Renaissance, the two shimmers that are in that, are nice. I liked them at the time, but they aren't, now that I look back, to me they're not that impressive. Soft Glam, the shimmers in there, they seem like they were more impactful and there was more of them to play with. But every time I would try to put them on, that I really had to wet them or had to apply a lot, or God forbid, I had to use some kind of glitter glue. So when Soft Glam came out, I was not friendly with glitter glue. And I really was like, there's no fucking way I'm wasting my time putting down some sticky base to put on shimmers. Shimmers should just look good. And now, me over here, every fucking day I wear a shiny eyeshadow. I put it on a glitter glue. Yes, I return soft glam because of that reason. And I still think about it and I'm like, if I ever really wanted another neutral palette, I think that would be the one I would pick up. And I thought I did at the time really hate flaky, chunky shimmers. And I was so angry at that palette. And I was like, how dare ABH do these bullshit shimmers that don't even stick to my eye? And I mean, I understand people that feel that way. But now that I've dabbled into the world of shiny, beautiful indie shadows, I have changed my ways. So the next one kind of goes into a theme, speaking of base products, and that is cream blush. And I talked about this, before. I just was like, that's not for me. It's sticky, it's tacky, it's gross, it's whatever. I have to set my face. If I'm gonna set it with powder, I'm just gonna take away the pigmentation, blah, 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 blah. And I tried it a couple of different times in the past, and it finally transferred from just being the cool girl, barely wearing makeup guru personality to creators that fucking love makeup and pile the shit on wearing cream blush. And that's probably what really changed it for me. I don't know, there's just that whole cool girl vibe thing that I just didn't find very attractive. But once I realized that you could layer cream blush and then powder blush, and once I started doing less and less on my base, yeah, it's really pretty. It just really is. I mean, it's still a thing that I'm getting used to wearing. Like, it's not necessarily a go-to, but it's something I'm way more interested in and way more open to thinking about and working with. I don't really have a product that goes with this, but something that I've definitely changed my mind about is like the amount of powder and base that I wear. I used to always set my under eyes. Always, always, always. I thought I needed it. I thought like, I just thought I needed it. And I definitely feel like I could use it, on my nose area because of my glasses. But I just kind of stopped doing it, or doing much less powder. I think if I was working like 12 or 14-hour days outside of the house, I would probably do more like spot powdering for longevity. But ever since I've started doing this no powder or minimal powder thing, I'm not putting makeup on for like very, very long days. It's not my life right now. So a product that I've kind of changed my mind about, I've gone from negative to kind of middle of the road leaning positive, is the Natasha Denona Super Glow Highlighter in Fair. When I first got this, I felt like it was pretty, but it was just okay. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, I think it is a really pretty glowy highlighter. I think I like more lift in my highlight, more like lightness. And this on me is just more glow. But I like this more than I ever thought I would. It's still like okay, but it's not a hate. Oh, lip products. Let's talk about things that have changed. My love of bullet lipsticks. Even super dark ones like this. For the longest time, I thought the only way I could rock bold or dark lips was liquid lipstick, and I just didn't feel it for bullet lipsticks. And I've come back around to them, and I'll say I think the Urban Decay Vice formula is one that did it for me. I'm just not as pressed about looking perfect. Even with this lip line, like doing the overdrawn lip that's kind of looks like my lipstick has just like smeared up above my lip line. I'm like, it's kind of cute. I'm just gonna go with it. And that was the thing, is like for the longest time I was like, oh, I don't like to wear bold colors as lipsticks because if I push my lips together at all, usually the shape of my bottom lip would push lipstick above my Cupid's bow. So if I'm wearing a dry down liquid lipstick, that doesn't happen. But if I'm wearing a bullet, it does. And I finally am just like, whatever. If my Cupid's bow is not pronounced, I'll live. I'm still cute. Does it look like I have lipstick on my skin? Sure. I'm still cute. So that's, I think, how I've gotten over it. I've gotten over the perfectionist part of things with especially bold or deep lip colors. And then lip gloss. I love lip gloss. It's just like, I'm still not super duper into highly pigmented ones, but lightly pigmented ones like these Milani or so many other formulas out there, I just love. Just so much more comfortable these days. I even like lip glosses that have shimmer in them, and I really thought that wasn't gonna happen. So this one might be a little controversial. Sorry about that. This one might be a little controversial. I've changed my mind about glitters, both pressed glitters and loose glitters. Basically, I'm much more open and into working with them. Now, pressed glitters, particularly a brand like ColourPop, I don't want them in every single palette. The fact that they sell them as singles, I think, is like perfection. Let me buy one, maybe two. And with pressed glitters, my favorite thing to do with them is actually to put them on my face, not even my eyes. I don't really fuck with them on my eyes. That could change, but like I've grown to like them in specific placements. And then even loose glitters. I purchased some loose glitters from Midas Cosmetics recently because I wanted to have things to play with. Like, my patience for things like that has gone up because it's more creative makeup, it's fun, it's playtime. And I didn't think I would be, I feel like I know I'm a creative person with my makeup, but a lot of the things that like you would see kind of traditional makeup people on the internet use, I felt like maybe they weren't for me, but I think it's also that intimidation factor. And I've grown to just realize makeup is fun. Let's play with it. And if it's a new product or a new technique that I can play around with, I want to try it. And that's also what's happened with like wing liner and fake lashes. Wing liner, I understand why people, I've understood why people do it for a long time, but I was really against it and I didn't even really like it on me. I didn't think it was adding anything. Now that I'm getting a little bit more used to doing it and doing it in different ways, like with powder shadow or with like a pencil or things like that, I'm more open to it. I still dislike giant wings that cover up major amounts of eyeshadow or, giant wings on me. I still dislike giant lashes that cover up major amounts of your makeup, but the little magnetic ones that I've been playing with, I get it. I would love to be just skilled in like soft wispy like 3/4 lashes that I could glue on, but I'm not really there, but I'm open to it. That's I think I'm proud. This sounds like braggy or whatever, I'm just gonna say it. I'm proud of myself for being more and more open to different techniques and different things out in the world, because it's very easy to look at like what's bigger and what's popular and just think that's boring, that's played out, that's whatever, not really realizing that maybe the reason you're saying these things is because you're intimidated. And so I will admit now that a lot of the things that I was intimidated by, I'd be like, well, it's just not for me. It's just, And I'm still critical as hell about them, but I'm more open to trying them and learning them. The last couple of things that I have kind of moved on from and gone from feeling positively about to not liking at all, especially hate makeup wipes. I mean, I'm no skincare YouTuber, but makeup wipes don't clean anything. Makeup wipes are so like rough on the skin. They are so abrasive and they don't clean anything. And they're so wasteful and they don't clean anything. And then also micellar water. I will still use micellar water sometimes to clean my face, but I think of using like micellar water and a cloth or, you know, a cotton pad as kind of similar to makeup wipes. I still feel like I want to clean my face again after using them. So I've just kind of moved on past it, and I would rather break down my makeup, you know, with like an oily, balmy thing and then clean it off, rather than roughly trying to wipe it with a makeup wipe or with micellar water. I've also heard micellar water is not great for the environment, but I'm not the ecological beauty guru to be talking over here. Anyway, I think that's everything that I've changed my mind about, that I've kind of moved on from. Wait, negative to positive? Why did I say that? I'm a dummy. That last one, makeup wipes and micellar water, that should have been in the first video. I used to like those. I do not like them now. The rest of the list from today's video was makeup techniques and products that I did not used to enjoy and now I appreciate. I find that they have a place in my life. On that note, I've obviously been filming for far too long, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and you would like to follow along with my colorful shenanigans, feel free to subscribe. I have a Patreon that helps support my creative beauty and food endeavors, and I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Nomnivorous. If you have any products that you have changed your mind about from negative to positive, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And if you haven't seen that first video in this little two-parter, I will have that linked in the description box as well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. And as per usual, if you have any requests for videos, feel free to leave them in my comments, in my DMs, wherever you want. I would love to make more things that you're excited to watch and be distracted by in this weird life. Hope to see you again real soon. Bye.